This week, guys, we're going to talk about food, and I'm regularly being asked by riders, what should I be eating on the bike? Should I be eating on the bike? What should I be drinking on the bike? So firstly, I'd say make sure you're eating on the bike. If you're just doing a short spin, an hour and a half, okay, your drink is plenty for you. But if you're doing a longer spin, you need to be nibbling away. If you're doing a big event, a 150 or 200k event, you need to be eating regularly. Typically, you'll use, depending on your size and how hard you're riding on the day, but typically you're going to use between kind of 600 to 800 calories per hour on the bike. So even at 600 calories per hour, if you're 5 hours out on the bike, there's 3,500 calories you're going to be going through. That's not including the amount of calories you need just to actually sit here for the day, which is between 2,500 calories. So all of a sudden in a day, there's 5,500 to 6,000 calories you need to get into you. So what do I eat on the bike? I would generally say whatever you like, okay? It doesn't have to be energy gels, energy bars, okay? They have their benefits, but they also have a lot of drawbacks as well. So typically if we're talking about a big event, like your sportive 150k, 200k sportive, firstly have your breakfast in the morning, okay? Typically a porridge with maybe a banana sliced into it and some toast. If you're going to an event, it could be a couple of hours travelling to the event, it could be an hour or two at the event registering and getting ready. So make sure you have a snack between your breakfast and actually starting the event. Then during the event, make sure you're nibbling away. After the first hour you should be okay, but after that make sure you're nibbling away. Typically, again, depending on the size of the rider and how hard you're riding, you're going to be using anything between 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrates per hour is what you need to get into you. I don't care what anybody says, the best fuel on the bike is carbohydrates, okay? It's the quickest fuel to get into the muscles, and the muscles will crave it, okay? And there's good and bad carbohydrates, but typically, eat what you like on the bike. Foods, we'll start off, say, with a gel, will typically give you about 26 grams of carbohydrate. They're expensive, they're full of sugar, so they're not great for the teeth and that as well. They do have their benefits. I certainly would use them. I would keep them for later on in the event because they do get into your system quite well. The convenient one is also your carbohydrate drink, which again, that would cover your 30 grams of carbohydrates, but I wouldn't be taking one every bottle, probably every second bottle, and I would only keep them to events. I wouldn't use them in training. But now make sure you don't try it new on an event either. Make sure you've tried it out on the odd spin, that it's not upsetting on your stomach. A good alternative just to replace your salts and fluids is something like a High 50, which doesn't have carbohydrates, and you just pop it into your bottle, has all the minerals and vitamins that you sweat out of your system. A good one for a lot of riders is Dioralyte, one we give to our kids, or you take yourself if you've got diarrhea. You get it in the pharmacy for a couple of pence a sachet. The Olympic Council would recommend it for all their athletes when they're travelling. It's great for cramps, so the morning of an event, have a glass of Dioralyte. If it's going to be a big long day, it's a hot day, I'd certainly put one in my saddlebag and take one halfway through the event. So food wise, for your normal foods, apart from bars and gels, stuff like your Nature Valley bars, typically about 25-26 grams of carbohydrates in a bar. Flapjack, and about 24-25 grams of carbohydrates in a bar. Your fig rolls, okay? Old cyclist favourite, going back years we've been using fig rolls, okay? Each fig roll is about 12.5 grams of carbohydrates, so 2 or 3 fig rolls, and you get the carbs into you. Apricots, dried fruits, raisins, great stuff, okay? Handful of them every hour will give you what you need, okay? Rice cakes, okay? Kind of low on the carbohydrates, about 10 grams of carbohydrates, but what you would normally do is you put a bit of peanut butter on, or a bit of jam, wrap it up in a bit of tin foil, and then you're getting your carbs as well, okay? And your mixed nuts, okay? Some people like a bit of a mix. A bit low in the carbohydrates, high in protein, which is a slow release fuel. So maybe on a very long day, you can mix of them in your pocket as well. great one that we all love is jelly babies, okay? Stick them in your back pocket, have a few jelly babies here, but good mixture of stuff that you should be taking. Just make sure you're nibbling away all the time, get into the habit of it, okay? And make sure, again, we spoke about it before, at least a 500 milliliter bottle every hour, even if it's just an hour try and spin, take a bottle with you and have water in it, okay? And I say on the long events, you might take one bottle of water, one bottle with a mix, one bottle of water, one bottle with a mix. If you're doing like some 200k spin, you should be going through at least 5 or 6 bottles in the day, at least, okay? And I hope that helps.